What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, I want to talk to y'all real quick about Baby Tate and her viral song Hey Mickey. Okay, this is gonna be a lesson for all the artists and creatives out there, man. To never give up on your music, never give up on your content. You just never know when something is going to blow up. Hey Mickey was a song that Baby Tate originally released back in 2016. So we're about 6, if not 7 years, depending on the exact date of release, since that came out to her fans that were following her at that time. She's done a lot of different things since then. She's been on Love and Hip Hop, if I'm not mistaken. She's been signed to Issa Rae's company Radio. A lot has changed in her career since that time, and over the course of the last 2 months specifically, this song Hey Mickey has blown up on TikTok, actually getting her an additional 50 million plays. Due to the fact that the song was picking up steam, she decided to actually create a brand new music video to go with the song that was just released. Okay, so not only is it picking up on TikTok, she decided to use that virality to her advantage and create a new updated piece of content to coincide with that, with the new music video, dance video. The song Hey Mickey, of course, draws back to the 1981 song Mickey that was released by Tony Basil. We all know that, hey Mickey, you so fine, you so fine, you blah blah blah, hey Mickey. You know, we know that song. She made her own remake of that. That did what it did at the time. I know it was kind of popular. The resurgence has catapulted it to a whole new level, which is introducing that song to a whole new audience of people who probably never heard the original in their life. There's probably a bunch of people, probably millions out of those people that are using it on TikTok that think this song is brand new. So this is really smart marketing, really smart taking advantage of your opportunity, which is what a lot of artists are not prepared to do. All of us, we put out music, we put out content, you know what I'm saying? We go through our daily routines and we hope and pray that something catches, but we really don't know what comes next if that day ever comes. What happens if the last song you just put out last week, or maybe you put a song out 4 months ago, and somebody very influential, Mr. Beast, decides that he wants to put a spotlight on you in one of his videos or something? You just never know what the unlikely situation could be that puts that spotlight on you. But what are you going to do to capitalize on that moment? Do you hire a publicist? Do you start trying to book interviews? Do you take a Ellen DeGeneres interview? She's somebody that likes to talk to people in newfound success. Do you try to open the floodgates to translate that into radio? But you got to hire people, you got to bring people on staff, and a lot of us don't have the bread to actually invest towards these things as well. So what you can do is always use social media to your advantage. There's a lot of artists out there, I talk about it all the time, there's a lot of artists out there that feel like they shouldn't have to use social media, they shouldn't have to create content around their music or supporting their music. And to be honest, this is a faulty mentality. It keeps you restricted, it keeps you in a box, and then a lot of people end up wondering why exactly their music is not growing. Coming into newfound technology, coming into newfound ways of promoting yourself, and still trying to be bullheaded and follow the old way, the old guard, you're going to be met with resistance, and not everybody can withstand that. That doesn't mean that you can't pull inspiration from things, but you still got to know how to make it make sense. One thing that plays to Baby Tate's advantage is that she makes music that's tailored to this generation. So whether it was released in 2016 or 2023, she's still youthful enough. The music that she makes is high energy. It still kind of translates the same way it would have in 2016, 2023. It'll probably translate the same way to a younger generation in 2030, if we're being all the way honest and being all the way real. So as artists, you got to start putting that same type of hat on when you make music. What is the longevity of your song? Is this something that you feel you'll still be proud of in 6, 7 years? Is this something that if it were to go viral 10 years from now, would you be able to support it, or would you be trying to distance yourself from it because it's like, oh, that's old? Because having that mentality is what typically makes us stuck in one place. We feel like, oh, I put this song out a month ago, it's old to me. There's 3 billion people in the world that have not heard the song though. If you don't continue to reintroduce that song to people, it'll never be heard. You're going to keep trying that same formula of moving on to the next thing, moving on to the next thing. Then you're going to end up playing your hand to the point where you don't have nothing left in the tank. You done gave all your efforts into just trying new things that you never gave yourself the benefit of consistency. So You gotta stay consistent. You gotta stay down for the cause. Y'all talk about ride or die when it comes to relationships, but you gotta have that same ride or die mentality when it comes to your music. One thing that I can say on a much smaller level is my song Splash. I released Splash in 2021. It got initial love. People liked it. I shot a music video for it. The music video might have had maybe like 1,000 views on it in the beginning. We kept pushing it, kept doing things with it. I ended up getting that song placed in a cannabis ad, you know what I'm saying, for medicinal marijuana.
Between screen time and everyday responsibilities and stressors, it's easy to miss out on sleep, especially if you're not making it a priority. Something that has changed.
That was dope. Me and the producers got paid. We split some money for it. That was nice. That helped increase a little bit of visibility. Then we got the song placed in NBA 2K22, which is a game that a lot of people play, you know what I'm saying? And it translates across many different demographics. You have the kids that play 2K, you have the adults that play 2K. That game is a big staple in the black community. If you don't play nothing else, you probably play Madden or 2K. Then you have the women out there that are basketball fans too. They even have the WNBA on the game. So then you have the women hoopers that are out here playing the game. So it puts you across a lot of different demographics. And since that song got on NBA 2K22 back in around April of 2022, the song has seen exponential growth. Now, I told y'all in the beginning I had maybe 1,000 plays on YouTube, maybe around the same amount, probably less on Spotify. The song now has over 15,000 streams on Spotify, which is still a modest figure, but you got to understand that that number only really increased because of NBA 2K22 and that other cannabis placement. You know what I'm saying? So you got to also understand how to keep finding ways to maneuver your music. Once you just put it out, that's not the end of the story. The song to this day is still getting on average at least anywhere between 30 to 50 new listeners a day. Again, these are smaller numbers. We're talking about independent artists. I'm not somebody that's signed to a label. I'm not somebody that has a publicist. I'm not somebody who has a lot of the different things that these bigger artists have. If you got 30 to 50 new people reaching your music every day, that is a win, especially when you're not even having to promote it. It's kind of on autopilot, and it's been working on autopilot for the better part of about a year. The song has like 2,000 Shazams or something like that. The song is got thousands of plays on Apple Music. It's going up on Tidal as well. The music video has increased from 1,000 to around 4, almost 5,000 views on YouTube. Every other video that I have that includes that song has gotten thousands of views as well. So in totality, we've gotten closer to around 25,000 rather than the initial 15,000 just on Spotify. And this is all growth from living on NBA 2K22. There's a lot of people out there that decided, I'm not buying NBA 2K23. I'm going to stick with 22 because the game ain't different enough. It's not exciting enough for me to keep buying the new one every year. So of course, everybody's not going to have the same opportunity. Not everybody's going to get chosen for the same sync placements and stuff like that. But the whole idea is to find ways to be innovative, find ways to keep your music engaging with new audiences. Don't treat it like it's old because it's always going to be new to somebody else. And Baby Tate is a prime example of that. We talked about Kate Bush last year. Her song finally caught the biggest wave of her entire career about 40 years after its initial release. So there's so many different examples that show you gotta have a timeless mindset in order to have longevity in music. Okay? I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, so I'm going to go ahead and conclude my message on this. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out Baby Tate's new video, Hey Mickey, out right now. They're paying tribute to the original music video, basically creating replicas of the outfits that were used in the original. So definitely check that out. Everybody's not going to get a surge of 50 million, but if you could get 200 people to engage with one of your old songs, again, that is a win. We talk all the time about people selling their music catalogs. Why do you think music catalogs are important? Because the companies that buy it are going to find ways to repurpose that old music in new content, in new shows, new movies, new advertisements. You know what I'm saying? New venues. Plus, with the whole metaverse thing going on, they could get a virtual version of the artist to go perform for 1 million kids So all of these things are very valuable and valid that you need to be learning and looking into. Again, use Baby Tate as a reference point. Okay? Much love and respect. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the post notification bell for all updates. I'll catch y'all later, man. Be safe.
Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag. Got my legal hustle, welcome to the trap. I can blow a stack, bet I make it back. You can hit my line if you need a track, but we can't even talk if it ain't about the bag.